Hello, children. It's the chef, the happy chef. A fun place to eat. And a fun activity book from the probably early 90s. It shows here all of the different Happy Chef locations at the time in the Dakotas, Wisconsin, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, pretty much the whole Midwest, or the whole the whole kind of Western Midwest. And you got these fun activities with the cartoon bears. How many bears came to the picnic? Word find. Tongue twisters. You can see some of it I colored. This is from when I was a kid. It's connect the dots to see a butterfly. School's out. What are you going to do this summer? I said I was going to swim and go to Dubuque. That was going to be my summer. Crossword puzzle. See, just like the New York Times. And draw a picture of yourself or your best friend when you go to the beach. I didn't have a best friend, and I'd never been to the beach, so it was pretty much empty. It was blank. So there's that. You know, but I had been in a snowstorm, so that's what I drew instead. Was a snowstorm. Happy Chef says, don't forget Father's Day is June 19th. And you have a fox who's a dad, and the kid's giving him his best dad medallion. Be cool at the pool. That's like the entirety of pool safety. Basically, the entirety of their pool advice is just be cool. And then
I thought it should be push and shove and run real fast.
Yep. And hold your breath for as long as you can. And inhale chlorinated water. 4th of July, some patriotic bears. And then we close with a skunk looking at butterflies.
What the hell is that? No context?
No context, no. It's just a skunk looking at, but it's just a picture for kids to draw, I guess.
Because it's going to stink when you're gone here, kids. You want to stay as long as you can.
And then at the end, you have the little chef menu. So the menu, you can just flip over to the back, and that shows you the menu. And it's the kitty combo, the Frenchie, kids beverage, shrimp dinner, chicken chunk, spaghetti junior, say cheese, and Burger Master. Nothing on this menu is over $3.
Wow.
Yep. So that's like nice early 90s pricing right there. So that's the activity book. And the Deviant Historian, you have kind of a history with Happy Chef. I had only been there a few times in my childhood, but you grew up closer to it.
Yeah, I ate there a lot growing up, and there's several that are around. Iowa actually has 17 Happy Chefs. Are you going to get a video of the screen here?
Yeah.
So you can see it based on the assessed value. The cheapest one, there were 17 of them. There's Algona. That one's only worth about $214,000. That's the cheapest Happy Chef. Well, actually, Clear Lake, or what the hell's that one? Cherokee. That's assessed at $180,000.
And give us some context. This was a project that you did.
I was curious on them from a value versus location thing, because you can see all of them are pretty much built in the 70s, except for the Toledo one, which was 94, and then the Story City one, which is in Story County, the Ames area, 68. They originally opened in 1963.
And how old were you when you did this?
Oh, I was in my 20s.
Okay, but this was probably one of the early real estate, comprehensive real estate projects you did.
One of them, yeah. So I have the year it was built, if it was demolished. If you look in more urban areas, like the Ames one, I went to this place years ago. It's now demolished, it's gone. The other Ames one became a Mexican restaurant. And you can see that same thing in Cedar Rapids. One of them became Scott's, the other one became a Mexican restaurant.
So you became interested in what happened to the buildings after they ceased to be Happy Chefs.
Yeah, I looked through an archive of website information, and I got all their old phone numbers here.
Yeah.
I went to the assessors, got the square feet. They're all pretty much the same.
Now, is this is all on your website, right?
No.
No?
It's all private information. It's exclusively found here.
Okay. I was going to provide a link, because I thought that it was on your website. I was going to provide a link to the page.
No.
That's too
So
bad.
yeah, I'm just keeping it all pretty much private. There's not a huge market demand. If somebody really wants to find this out, then I could probably provide them additional information. The Ankeny one is worth 200 or 663,000. You can see the square footage. Oh, it was built in '95 though, but then the one above it's 645,000, built in '79, and that's the Ames one.
Yeah. Because, like, when we first met, this is probably one of the first things you shared with me.
Yeah.
Like, you were really damn proud of it.
Well, it just was something that intrigued me because if you look at the square footage of those facilities and the architecture, they're really standardized.
Yeah.
And this really gives you a good perspective on what's the value of the land that the property's at.
Don't they all have that kind of lighthouse type look to them?
Yeah, they do.
And so, it's interesting because when they cease to be a happy chef, a lot of them, there's a limited market value, or not market value, but there's a limited marketability for that type of building. There's only certain types of businesses that could end up in that type of building.
Yeah.
Like,
it's mostly restaurants.
I mean, it's not like a bank can close and turn into a steakhouse or anything like that.
There's one of them that became an eyeglass store that was in Cedar Falls. I have what they all became here. You can see restaurant, like a Cheapy restaurant, Chuck Wagon, Mexican restaurant, demolished. That was the Ames one. Mexican restaurant, eye care center, and that's Cedar Falls. Traditional restaurant, Mexican. The gas station in Council Bluffs. Family restaurant. This other one's at Culver's in Fort Dodge.
Oh wow, a Culver's.
Yeah, they demoed it all and turned it into a Culver's.
Okay, so a lot
Some
of
these. So that's what the N and the Y is. So demolished, no. Ames one location, yes. Cedar Falls location, yes.
Yeah.
What's that? Council Bluffs, yes. Oskaloosa, yes.
I think you should put this on your website, man.
Well, I got a number of websites, and we'll see. We'll see which personality shares this and with who. But, it's a project of mine that's always kind of interests me. So it started in 1963.
Yeah.
The chain did. And then 68 was when the first restaurant opened in Iowa, and that was in Story City. And that restaurant actually closed back in 2020. Not as a Happy Chef, but as like the Royal Cafe or something.
Okay.
And I think that pretty much covers the majority of the places here.
Yeah.
Restaurants and all that.
Well, look at it this way: if you die suddenly, then at least people will know that you did this. If you never get it put up on a website or anything, at least through this video, it'll be saved into posterity.
Wow. Yeah, this is my lasting legacy is an Excel spreadsheet about a chain of defunct restaurants.
Yep. Well, hell, man, somebody had to do it, and I'm glad that it was you.
Cool. It's a good restaurant. They were a good chain. They got good food. It's interesting because I would say 90% of them either became a Mexican restaurant, which is a majority of them, or they stayed like an independent family restaurant. There's no chains that would take the place unless they demolished it and put in like a Culver's or some other function.
Yeah, and probably because of the odd shape of the buildings.
Yeah.
Because it would be too strange to have like a Culver's that's shaped like a smokestack.
Yeah. Well, and you just can't do the drive-through and all that, so they demoed it. But it's a distinctive style, and I think it did benefit a lot of those businesses that have them there still, because they got a cost-effective facility to cook in. The kitchen still works, the tables are still there,
Yep.
It's distinctive. You can put a lot of ads and stuff to catch people's eye.
That matters, yeah.
Tower.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah, like it really comes in handy to have a kitchen that's already pre-installed.
Yeah.
Like I know of a restaurant that part of it, half of the restaurant space was a community center at one point that had a kitchen. So they were able to utilize that kitchen in their new business. So anyway, yep, I think that covers it. We're closing in on 10 minutes. And let us know what you think of Happy Chef. And We were just talking about how there were a lot of happy restaurants back in the 80s and 90s. Like, give us some memories about Happy Chef, Happy Joe's, all the different happy places. So thanks for watching, and subscribe to Captain Unusual for more.